Hey everyone, Bite Me here. So a couple days have came and gone since the PlayStation 5 launch date, and there's some things that we need to talk about. So I wasn't able to get my hands on a console. Honestly, I'm okay with that. I was gonna wait anyway, but I was like, it'd be really cool if I could pick one up on launch day. I did miss the first round of pre-orders, and I just didn't have time for the second round. So it sucks, but it is what it is. I was up the night of the launch, the night before the launch at 10 o'clock p.m. Central Time, and sitting there just refreshing like five or six different retailers. The most notable retailers I had: GameStop, Amazon, Best Buy, Target. I think I had Walmart up, but I was pretty sure that Best Buy wasn't going to drop that night. And Amazon, I didn't have really a whole lot of hope for, but you never know. So you got to be, ready to go. But I had accounts created on all of those retailers. I had my credit card info already inserted, my home address and everything, like my store, everything was already set, ready to go. So I felt like I had a pretty good chance. I was on my desktop. I have three displays, as you guys remember. I have better displays now. I don't know if I've had a video where I show the new ones, but I have two new ones, so I don't have the mismatch ones anymore. It's kind of funny because I had that, and of course, I'm hardwired into a gigabit connection. I actually have gigabit internet, so theoretically, I had a pretty good chance. I have really low latency, so theoretically, should have had a good chance. I did get lucky twice. GameStop that night, I was able to get a bundle into my cart, but then I was like, why in the world am I spending $800 on a bundle? But they sold out, so people wanted them. Granted, it was a decent deal. You got a couple games, you got an extra controller. I think one of them came with the headset and the camera, so it's not a bad bundle. It's just I was spending way more than I was planning to. So now I did get one into my cart, like I said, but I ended up just removing it from my cart. I didn't even try on that one, but I did get lucky again on Target later that night, and I was super excited because I got it in there. I had it. I was already signed in. I got to the payment screen, so I got through every other screen. I got to the payment screen, and it wouldn't go through, and I was like, what the hell? Now, I picked my local Target, just because, according to Pop Finder, which is like an inventory tracking app, and who knows if that's all correct or not, but according to them, there was 10 at my local store, 30 in another store. It's like the next closest store. And I was like, okay, I know everybody's going to be aiming for the 30 up there. I'm going to aim for the 10 down here. I feel like I have a pretty good chance. Probably not going to be fighting a ton of people, but let's see how that goes. Like, I had it in my cart in under a minute, was already through all the screens. I was at the payment part, and it just wouldn't go through. It kept saying something went wrong, and I go back to the Target website. It's still in my cart, so I'm like, okay, it's still in my cart, so what do I need to do to get this to go through? And I tried to go through again, said something went wrong. I went back to the website, it's still in my cart. I checked the app, it's still in my cart on the app, and I tried to pay on the app, and it wouldn't go through. So I was like, what the hell? I have it in my cart. I have it. I can't pay for it though. I tried different cards. They had PayPal as an option. I tried that, and nothing would go through, and I lost it, unfortunately. I went back to my cart one final time, and it was gone. And man, it just really sucks. And apparently, this happened to a lot of other people. That really blows. That happened again the next day on Walmart. The first drop that Walmart did, I only participated in one, even though they had three more after that. But I I got it in my cart on Walmart. I got to the payment screen again, so I'm like, okay, I got a second chance at this. I can't fuck this up. Got it in there. I got my payment details in. Everything was already preset. They didn't ask me for anything. I got to the payment screen for the complete your order, hit that, and then spinning wheel of death. And then the website went down. And when it came back up, I no longer had a PS5 in my cart. This happened to a lot of people. I saw a lot of different Reddit posts, Twitter posts about how people had this exact same thing happen to them. And man, that sucks. I know a lot of people are blaming Sony. I've seen a lot of comments and posts about it saying, Sony created scarcity on purpose. And really, I don't believe that to be true, because in reality, they have manufactured more PlayStation 5s than the PlayStation 4 did in its first 12 weeks. That's ridiculous. They sold more pre-orders than the PS4 in its first 12 weeks. So when I see comments saying that Sony doesn't care about their consumers, they do. They tried their hardest to get the console into the hands of as many people as possible, as well as safely as possible, but unfortunately that kind of backfired. So one issue is that they only made the console available online. They were working with retailers to ensure that you couldn't go pick up a PlayStation 5 day one in the store. That blows. That shouldn't have happened at all. Making it online, not only did people have to fight Scalpers twice with the pre-orders, now they would have to fight them a third time. And, you know, we all know how retailers are. They all want to drop it at different times. So instead of everybody opening up their online orders at once, at least giving people a chance at getting one, unfortunately, it just wasn't possible. It really sucks because, you know, Target did theirs differently, GameStop did theirs differently, Best Buy did theirs at a different time, and so did Walmart. So, you know, people who didn't get a PS5 on one website would immediately go to this other website that it's available on, and, you know, pretty much the entire flood would hit them rather than all of the retailers opening at once, which I kind of feel like would have alleviated a lot of the website stress that was going on, even though that we were fighting against a lot of bots and scalpers, which really sucks. Now, the issue with the retailers is they don't really care who the product goes to. They don't care if it goes to a real fan, you know, per se. They just care about getting it sold out. And either, you know, even though they would have sold out anyway, it just really sucks that I'll see posts from people that got five PlayStation 5s. I mean, there was posts on eBay, which I'll put up on the screen now, where they literally had 10 or 15 consoles. There was one post in particular I saw where the guy hadn't even gotten home yet. He took a picture of 4 PlayStation 5 consoles in the back of his SUV. And, you know, a lot of that has to do with retailers not talking to one another. And really all that does is limit people per transaction. So 1 per household per transaction. That's normally how that works. So if you wanted to go back into the store, get another one, there's no stopping you. So even though there's a restriction on you can only buy X amount of items per day at, you know, per transaction, you can still go back into the store right after that transaction, go get more. It doesn't matter. And, you know, seeing people end up with, you know, more consoles than there should have been, like, it was disgusting looking on eBay launch day and seeing 7,000 PlayStation 5 results. That is sickening. Now, retailers could have easily alleviated this, and they have no obligation to, but this could have been easily fixed. Number one, adding some sort of bot challenge or reCAPTCHA, and that's not going to stop every bot, because there are bots that can solve CAPTCHA puzzles. However, it significantly reduces the amount of people that are trying to run bots on their website. So not only does it give the people who actually want the console a chance, but it also alleviates some of the bot traffic as well. The only retailer I ever really saw that tried to do something was Best Buy, and that was probably the worst experience I had. So Best Buy, they had an idea where you would sit on the PlayStation 5 page, the button would go gray, and then you would wait for it to add, you know, the button to go yellow, and it would say add to cart, and you would hit it, and then if you got one, you got one. If you didn't, you didn't. They released inventory every 5 to 10 minutes, at least over the course of the hour that I could tell. And then that was a really good idea, at least in my mind, because it actually worked on my side. For some people, it didn't work at all. So that kind of sucks. But they're really the only retailer I saw that tried to kind of alleviate a lot of the traffic that hits the website right at that time. But adding some sort of reCAPTCHA, I think, would have solved a lot of those problems. The second thing that I want to bring up is cart retention. This is a term that is used on a lot of backends for the commerce sites. Now, while Target and, you know, all those other big retailers have their own backends that run all that, I'm sure all custom built, probably not from another third party, but, you know, in some cases, some of that is third party. Anyway, it's besides the point. A lot of those online retailers on their backend, they can choose to, when you add it in your cart, it's reserved inventory up to a certain period of time, and then it purges your cart. Really, they could have adjusted that per item. I've seen this before. I've built a couple e-commerce sites for friends in the past, So I know that this is possible. But they could have easily set up the PlayStation 5 to where if you got it in your cart, it is your reserved inventory until you pay for it. At least up until a certain time limit. A lot of people are saying, oh, well, it should have stayed in your cart for an hour, should have stayed in your cart for 2 hours. I don't believe that to be effective at all. What they should have did was set it up to where it's in your cart for 5 to 10 minutes. And, that gives you plenty of time to pay for it. If you have cart issues, if the payment system goes down, it's not a big deal, still reserved in your cart. And then at the end of that 10 minutes, it will get purged from your cart and be available for other people to get. That makes a lot of sense to me. That is what should have happened. Now, a lot of these retailers aren't set up for that. So if you put it in your cart and somebody else puts it in their cart, it's really just first come, first serve. But it would have been really great had that happened for people who got it in their cart, who probably actually did want it. It's almost like the equivalent of grabbing the last box of Velveeta shells and cheese off the grocery store shelf, putting it in your cart, and you're going around, picking out some other stuff. And that's the other thing. If you really wanted some other stuff, it's in your cart. So what if you wanted to buy more stuff? Now you got to do a whole separate transaction rather than one big one. So rather than getting your console in your cart and going, I want Miles Morales in my cart, going to their website, getting Miles Morales in there, an extra controller, and and then going, okay, I'm ready to check out now. It would have worked out really well. But literally, it's almost like, someone reaching in your cart that's already on their way to the checkout, grabbing your shit and then just dipping. Even if you are on the way to the checkout, somebody grabs that box out of your cart and runs to the fucking checkout. How is that fair at all? Like I said, a lot of that would have solved a lot of the traffic issues, because not everybody would be trying to use the payment system all at once. And that would have allowed plenty of time for people to get their payment, figure out what card do they want to use. Do they want to use their debit card, their credit card, PayPal? That gives people a lot of chance to make a choice in that situation. Now, like I said, retailers are under no obligation to do this. It just really sucks that during the time of COVID, they didn't really give a whole lot of people a chance to get it before the bots did. That really blows. Let's talk about scalpers for a minute. Scalpers are a problem. Since the whole pandemic started, scalpers have been a problem. People were buying toilet paper, people were buying hand sanitizer, cleaning supplies, and then selling them at a massive markup online. That is stupid. Never would I pay a scalper more than what something's worth. It's just not worth it. It really isn't. The amount of rubbing alcohol I use for just around the house purposes, I would not pay a scalper $10 for a 1 quart bottle of rubbing alcohol. It's just not worth it, because I can go to Walmart and pay $2 for it. It's not really worth it to pay a scalper extra for taking that product off the shelves and selling it at a markup. When it comes to the PS5, this is the exact same situation we saw with the Nintendo Switch. That people were able to pick up 5, 10, 15 consoles, and watching people stack those up in their apartment or their house. I know somebody personally that has a friend that got 5 consoles, and he's going to sell the extra 4. He's going to keep one for himself and then sell the extras to pay for his console. That is ridiculous. There were people that hadn't even got it home yet and were taking pictures of it in the back of their SUV and marking it up for $1,300 plus on eBay. So even though it's not technically illegal, depending on where you live, it's just wrong. It's just morally wrong to take it out of the hands of people who actually really wanted it and sell it at a markup just because you know that people are desperate and will buy it. There were posts I saw where people were charging $1,100 and then tacking on $50 in shipping. How is that fair? You're selling something at almost double the price. Well, actually, yeah, double the price, and then tacking on shipping. Just because you know people will go, oh, well, I'm already paying $500 over MSRP, why not? What's an extra $50, And that's the other second problem, that the reason why we keep seeing scalpers is because it's such a lucrative business. People are willing to pay these scalpers huge premiums. Like recently, I think it's up to triple the price. Yeah, it's up to, there's a couple posts right now that are up to almost $2,000. It's one thing if you want to make $100 off of it. I can get that. Supply and demand, that's going to happen. I get it. Price is going to go up, price is going to go down. That's just how commerce works. However, there's a certain point that you get past where it just gets ridiculous. And just the fact that I was seeing a lot of these like $1,200 PS5 selling, you know, 4 sold, 1 left. Who is buying these consoles? And the stupid thing about the people buying from the price scalpers, you know they're going to go lie to their friends and say, oh, I got one on Target. Oh, I got one on Newegg. Oh, I did this. They're going to go lie to their friends and tell them, oh, look, I got one for such a good deal. I got it. They're not going to tell their friends that, oh, I paid a scalper an exorbitant fee to get the PlayStation 5 on day one. If you're watching this video and you're thinking about picking up one of those PS5s for $1,200, I plead with you, don't do it. Don't feed into the scalpers. The reason why scalping is a thing is because people are willing to pay those fees to get their son a PS5 for Christmas, to get their significant other a PS5. Because they missed out on the PS5, because they're desperate and really want to play Miles Morales. A lot of the exclusives that are coming to the PlayStation 5 are available on the PlayStation 4. And that's going to be like that for a while. So a lot of those games that you really want to play, you can either wait to play them on the PS5, because $1,200 plus is not worth having the PlayStation 5 experience. It'll be a way better experience to walk into the store in January and February next year, pick up a console, take it home. Instead of sitting there waiting for Walmart to ship it, waiting for Target to prepare it to pick up. You know, there was a lot of people who weren't able to, who got it on day one, but didn't get it day one. So they bought it day one, but didn't get it. There were people who paid for pre-orders who aren't even going to get it until like November, like end of November, December. Don't worry, there's going to be more consoles out there. There's no reason to pay $1,200. I've posted in the past on Reddit telling people like the PlayStation 5 isn't worth $1,200. And people are like, well, it's debatable, you know, because if you build a PC, I don't give a shit about any of that. If it MSRPs for that, it should be close to that price. It shouldn't be double the price, triple the price, quadruple the price. It doesn't matter. Whether, you know, the hardware is debatably, you know, worth X amount. Doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Really, that's all I got for you guys today. Like I said, I didn't pick up a console. I hope that at least one of you guys got a chance to get one. Like I said, it's not a big deal to me. I'm going to wait either way. If I get one, I get one. If I don't, I don't. You know, whatever. It is what it is. But anyway, guys, I got more videos on the way. I'm filming like a whole bunch over the course of, you know, my free time, just trying to come up with new video ideas, and then you guys will see more and more. I'm planning on posting like once every week. I would do once every month, but obviously during this time, I'm just kind of a little bored right now, so I got a little extra free time, so I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of that. But anyway, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one.